3. Listen to this story which an old man is telling to his grandchildren. Then act it out with 3 of your classmates. The Lost Bag. A long time ago, there lived a rich merchant. He was always dressed nicely, and he carried many fine jewels with him. He traveled from one city to another. A band of camels and servants often traveled behind him in a long line. His business was buying and selling goods. He was very good and kind to poor people. Once the merchant was traveling with a lot of money. As he was on his way back home, his money bag fell to the ground, but he didn't notice. He only discovered the loss of his money when he reached home. The merchant didn't worry about the lost bag. He still had enough money for himself and for helping others. Then there came a time when business was not so good. He became an old man with very little money. The poor merchant sold everything he had, and soon he didn't have any money at all. Very often he and his wife had nothing to eat. And then one cold night, "Wife, we have no more food. Let us walk to the next village where no one knows us. Someone will help poor people like us." And so they walked in the cold night air. They wandered for a longer time until they reached the first house in the next village. The wife was too tired to walk anymore. She fell down on the steps and began to cry. The sheikh who lived in the house heard her and opened the door. "Sheikh, who are you? What are you doing here at this time of night?" The merchant and his wife told him their sad story. The sheikh asked them to come in. "Sheikh, what color was your bag?" Merchant: "It was a round black bag with a string around it. Inside were some jewels and 1,000 dinars." "Sheikh, it is late and you must be very tired. Eat some hot food and rest with us for the night. Tomorrow you will feel better." The next morning, they all sat around the table for breakfast. The sheikh pulled an old black bag from a box. "Sheikh, now I have a story to tell you. A long time ago, I found this bag on the road near my house. I hid it away safely. I knew that someday I could return it to its real owner. Now I am sure you are the person. Is this the bag you lost?" Merchant: "Yes, it is. It's the bag that I lost. I cannot tell you how thankful I am. I will always remember how kind you were to me." Vocabularies المصطلحات: band قافلة أو تجمع، poor فقير، village قرية، string سلسلة أو خيط، hid ماضي hide يخفي والماضي أخفى، lost فقد. إذن بعد الاستماع للقصة على 4 طلاب أن يمثلوها. Page 61. Reading. 4. Read the story on page 60 and answer these questions. How did the merchant become poor? The merchant became poor because business was bad and he had to sell everything he owned. B. How did the sheikh know that the merchant was the real owner of the bag? The merchant described the bag correctly. It was a round black bag with a string around it with jewels and 1,000 dinars inside. C. Why didn't the sheikh spend the money he found? The sheikh knew that someday he could return the bag to its real owner, so he is honest. What would you do with money you gained back from the sheikh if you were the merchant? طبعا لكل طالب الإجابة عن هذا السؤال. ماذا سيفعل في المال لو كان هو التاجر؟ 5. In pairs, fill the blanks with the verbs from the list. Investigated, knew, rubbed, came, saw, arrived, made, followed. إذن سأعطيكم مجال لتقرأوا الفقرة وتجاوبوها، ثم سأقرأ الفقرة كاملة مع إجاباتها، وذلك حتى تتأكدوا من إجاباتكم. Exercise 6 وهو مرتبط بالexercise 5. Now listen and check your answers. In a group, discuss your answers. إذن سأقرأ الفقرة مما يسهل عليكم معرفة الإجابات. Audio script. Someone robbed a bank in the city. A very famous detective came from another country and made a plan to solve the mystery. When he arrived to the bank, he investigated the way the thief broke in through a glass window. He followed the guard and saw that his footprints were always next to the broken glass. So, this is how he knew that the guard was the thief. So, the answers: 1. Robbed, 2. Came, 3. Made, 4. Arrived, 5. Investigated, 6. Followed, 7. Saw, 8. Knew. 7. In a group, discuss the merchant's story following the speaking strategies above. That do you think about the sheikh's actions? What do you think about the sheikh's actions? What would you do if you found a bag full of money? How would you try to find the owner? Take down notes. إذن كل طالب رح يكون له إجابات. السؤال هو إنه مجموعات رح تناقشوا قصة التاجر ورح تتبعوا قواعد واستراتيجيات المحادثة. طبعا رح تحكوا رأيكم. إذا سيتحدث الطالب عن رأيه عن تصرفات الشيخ إنه ضب الفلوس، وماذا كنت أنت كطالب ستفعل لو وجدت حقيبة كلها مال، وكيف ستحاول أن ترجعها أو تردها إلى صاحبها. طبعا كل طالب سيكون له إجابات خاصة فيه.